Okay, my blood pressure is rising. I know what time it is. It's time to discuss the UK at Eurovision. It's such an unfortunate story recently, I think, for Eurovision fans, especially for UK Eurovision fans. I really feel your struggle. My dad is British. I'm an honorary citizen of the UK, so like, okay. I have some bit of an affinity to the UK. I've been there a lot. I have relatives there. Anyway, the UK has definitely in the past decade, even longer, really struggled at Eurovision. But there's this general consensus that, especially the last few years, particularly 2018 and 2019, the UK sent horrible songs, that they deserved to come at either the bottom or very close to the bottom. I never agreed with that sentiment. I feel like Suri and Michael Rice, I feel so bad for them. I'm so sorry. I want to apologize on behalf of Eurovision and Eurovision fans for especially Suri. I mean, especially since she had that stage intruder and no one gave her sympathy for that. I mean, come on. I don't think she came in bottom place in 2018, unlike Michael Rice did, but she was still, I think, in like the bottom five. I mean, it was just like, come on, even after that horrific incident on stage. They couldn't. People say that they're just super generic, safe, lifeless songs. They're not entirely wrong, but they're having their blinders on, I think, a little bit, and they're praising countries like Sweden, who almost always send the safest of safe, bland, generic songs, particularly in the last 5 years. And Sweden always manages to do super well, and still gets so many fans behind it. I don't see the same sort of energy attacking countries like Sweden, countries like Australia, countries like Austria, who send sometimes very sort of similar entries to the UK. Even Norway, I mean, I don't understand. Denmark, the UK is just obviously, I think the UK is not taken very seriously in the country itself. So that's a big part of it. The BBC is not doing a good job of promoting the songs that are chosen, playing them on the radio, giving them a good budget for staging, choreography, staging, styling. It's never in the budget. And that's really unfortunate. And I will agree, what really let Michael Rice down last year was the staging. He had the vocal. He couldn't have done more with the vocal. He couldn't have done more with that song that he was given, which was not bottom place material, okay? Too Late for Love, if that song is bottom place material, then Too Late for Love is bottom place material too, because there is absolutely no difference between those two songs. They are very similar. And but look where Too Late for Love scored, and look at where Bigger Than Us scored. And honestly, I think Michael Rice did more with his vocal than Jan Lundvik did. So people say it's not political, and they get really, really angry when we bring up Brexit and we talk about politics. You have to be a little more realistic here. It's not all politics. It's not all Brexit, but you have to admit that Brexit is really, really hurting the UK's chances. It's an extra obstacle that none of these other countries have to worry about. Europe does not like the UK very much right now. I mean, it's just very clear. And I'm sorry, you cannot tell me that Brexit did not have a little bit to do with the fact that the UK came bottom instead of like maybe 13th or 14th. I mean, I know it's like, what does it matter if you're not in the top 10? Like, you're not in the top 10. Like, who cares where you place? And to a certain extent, that is true. It really doesn't matter if you're scoring 16th or if you're scoring, 24th. I mean, it almost doesn't matter. But, still, I do think that it's still something to be said that such, bogus songs like San Marino get to and also, the fact that, some of these countries are big fives. I mean, a lot of them wouldn't have qualified. I'm not entirely sure if the UK would have even qualified for the final last year, just based on the reaction people were getting from it. But still, it just bugs me. It just really bugs me. And I really am pissed because I really enjoyed Michael Rice's song. It was not my favorite, but it was not in my bottom 10. It was not in my bottom 10. And so this year we have James Newman with My Last Breath. What really bugs me is that people are admitting that this isn't a winner. People are admitting that this isn't a winner. And, at least they're not, deluded enough to think that. but people are saying this is a step in the right direction. Really? What step in what direction is this song? Now, is it true that maybe this year the BBC is putting a little bit more money behind this act? Yes. I mean, that's completely arbitrary though. They could have sent any song and it could have had better budgeting. That's on the BBC. That's not on the song or the artist themselves. So yeah, I do believe that this song is going to finally get, which Eurovision has not had for the UK in a while, a real push. Um, at least something like radio play so that UK citizens are even aware of this track, um, to want to vote, potentially vote for it. But people are saying, that this song, because it's more modern, that and they're pointing to aspects of this song that they think are more memorable than Bigger Than Us. And honestly, I'm at a loss to kind of imagine what they're talking about because I'm like, did we listen to the same song? Have you heard this song's chorus? It is it's the absolute definition of a cop out chorus. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't hate this song. I think, it's cute. It's a little folksy. It's definitely a bit country. I could easily see a country artist like, he even sounds a little bit like, Sam Hunt, the Nashville singer in the US. He sounds a little bit like him. He has that same kind of raspy lower vocal. A lot of people are pulling up Rag and Bone Man, and definitely a lot of comparisons to Rag and Bone Man. I'm not a Rag and Bone Man fan. I'm just too gay for that stuff. I'm sorry. But I see those comparisons. This is, James Newman. I mean, we haven't seen this performed on stage. I have a feeling he's a good vocalist. I mean, but he's not the, sort of vocalist of range like Michael Rice was. He's not an acrobatic vocalist, as I like to say. He's more of, the campfire vocal. And campfire vocal is great, but I don't honestly know if campfire vocal is Eurovision. I'm not so sold on how that is going to kind of come across on stage. Remember, I really, really did not like Victor Crone for Estonia last year, and I'm seeing a similar vibe here. This is kind of going into the same category for me as Storm. It's country, electro pop, and it's bland as anything. It's as white and bland and vanilla as the snow in that beautiful music video, which was, I believe, shot in Poland. And I honestly would have loved to have seen it shot somewhere in the UK because, it's a UK song, because nowhere in the UK looks like that. But anyway, that's another nitpicky thing of mine. We have this video, we have this like tough older man. It's very Call of the Wild with Harrison Ford. I know that movie just came out and I feel like that was done on purpose or something because the old man and his dog like toughing it out in the wilderness and going in ice baths. And I mean, I'm all for the message of this song, and, pushing yourself to overcome obstacles and to breathe again. I mean, to just realize the power of your breath. I mean, I am all about, breath work and meditation. So this song has a great message for all of us. I mean, the verses are sweet enough. It's the chorus that really lets this song down. It's just a filler to get people to sing along in the crowd. It's lazy. I mean, it's lazy songwriting. And that my last breath. Like, why is that note so short? I mean, I can sort of see stylistically maybe he wanted to match like the sharp inhale of a breath. It just doesn't sound good. It's kind of annoying and super cheesy. Though I'll admit it's very good at getting stuck in your head, but again, that doesn't mean it's a good thing if it's catchy. Yeah, the song is pretty hollow, in my opinion. It does have a good meaning behind it, and I'm glad it's not just, like I said, an F-boy song. But it's very campfire, it's very playing it safe, country bro pop. And it's not anything that Michael Rice wasn't doing in a positive direction, or even Sue Ree. Now, people say Lucy Jones was a bit of a step in the right direction, and I agree. I loved Lucy Jones. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. I really don't get it, Eurovision fans. What do you like about this song? I do see a lot of people who are being realistic and saying this song is still going to be at the right side of the scoreboard. And honestly, I kind of hope it is. As much as I want to root for the UK, I don't want them to get too excited by sending an entry like this and think that this is what they need to send. I want the UK to think about, countries like Iceland and Lithuania this year, or, Ukraine. I want them to send something really left field and fun and kitschy and unique and a bit bizarre, and what Eurovision is about. And also, something that, yeah, can still be really good and accessible to radio. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I don't know. This is definitely a current song. It's a current track, and I do see how it would chart better. And I see what people's arguments are, but I don't buy it. I'm not really that. Of course, this song is automatically qualifying. I see this song getting like 23rd, 22nd, maybe 21st place in the final. I don't see this song, reaching that. I don't think it'll be 26th place, but I don't see this song reaching the heights that people think it will. And if it does, well, maybe I just am not that surprised. But I don't know. I don't know. I want to root for the UK, but they do this to themselves. I'm not a huge fan of this song. I'm not a huge fan, but it is not right now my least favorite song. I don't think. I will rank everything and think more about the rankings when I've reviewed all 41 songs, which would be at the end of March by now at this point. We got a long month ahead of Eurovision stuff to review. Let me know in the comments what you think about this track. Do you think it's also very short? I know that Eurovision songs are meant to be short, but this song almost feels like it could have used a little bit more in the bridge or something, because the bridge is promising, but then it's just over so quickly. Yeah, like I said, the song just wants to be done as soon as it starts. But yeah, if you're feeling it, let me know. Let me have, remember, this is just my opinion. But Bigger Than Us, I mean, I could really hear that soaring anthemic chorus and melody. It was going somewhere. It was lifting you up. And Michael was selling the hell out of it. And James Newman, I don't know. I don't know what he'll bring. Again, it's early days. We'll see. He's a cute guy. I mean, he's definitely Rag and Bone Man vibes, and that's really popular in the UK. So I don't know. He's going to probably pull from that. But it's just a shame that I do feel like the last few acts are being sort of blacklisted when they didn't deserve to be. There were way worse acts in those competing years that, because they were actually European countries and they were not fighting tooth and nail to withdraw from the European Union, those countries had a little bit of a benefit and an advantage. Not to mention, I think the UK, in just terms of almost just the fact that it's not the continent, it's been struggling for a long time to get votes from a lot of other countries. A lot of like mainland European countries are just like, oh, the UK is trying to be the US, like forget about them. Like, even without Brexit, there's that attitude, I think, that's not helping them. So yes, I'm sorry, politics does come into this contest, but it's not all politics. I will not be that judgmental and cynical and say that. It's a lot of factors. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I know some people might be a little upset what I have to say about this, because people really, really don't like when people bring, it's just this whole controversy thing. But anyway, I had to get my thoughts out on that. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Please give it a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you are new for more Eurovision content. You can also hit that little notification bell to be notified when I upload a new video. Like I said, so much more Eurovision content to come. I hope you all have a wonderful, blessed day. Peace, love, and light. Bye.